All right, I'm on my way out. Pop's real sick, so he's got the flu, so I'm gonna go get him some meds. I have to go to Walmart, but I figured I would start talking about like the boat situation and how I got the boat. I might have to do this in a couple of sections here, but so about 3 years ago when I came down to South Carolina, I saw a creek boat at Goodall State Park. This guy come cruising up with this boat, and I was like, what is that? Oh my God, how cool is that boat? And I was with Dean at the time, and he knew. It was like, uh-oh, she's gonna get one of them, because it was the coolest boat I'd ever seen. The guy was like, it was silent, it was like stealth, you know? And so I said, okay, I gotta get me one of those boats, you know? And I saw one for sale, so I ended up buying like one that was like, I think it was like $900. I got like a Warrior boat. It was just a boat. It actually turned out it was damaged. I didn't know any better. I really didn't. I didn't know nothing from them boats, you know? So we ended up getting it. Dean helped me fix it up. We got it looking good. And then I realized I had to register it. Well, I couldn't get in touch with the people who sold it to me. They were like completely MIA. It was probably just, I don't know, may have been a stolen boat. I have no idea. So anyway, I had to go through, you know, I had to go through all kinds of stuff to get the boat registered. So first I had to go to the, what did I have to do? I did write to them. I went to the Department of South Carolina DNR, and they said you got to get in touch with them. You got to try to get in touch with people who sold it to you. So I wrote to them. I said, could I have a bill of sale? Nope, didn't hear anything. Crickets. So then I had to take a newspaper ad out in their area where they came from. So it was down, not so far as Charleston, but I took the ad out, and then I had to wait. So it cost me a lot. Like, I had to do all this stuff, and I didn't realize how important it was to have not only a bill of sale, but like the registration. I mean, I really learned a lot in that. So finally I got the boat, but it was, you know, I had to do some stuff to it. It wasn't like a set it and forget it. And it certainly wasn't like a Caiman boat. And after that, I ended up getting another creek boat, which is wonderful. I love it. The creek boat is terrific. It really is. But I always had my eye on a Caiman. And for 3 years now, I've been looking at Caiman boats. They are fiberglass boats. They're proper boats. It's not like a plastic boat. It's a solid boat. And I know John, when I went boating with John has a couple of the fiberglass. I think they're Caimans. I think he's got at least one Caiman. Anyhow, and I've loved them. And I thought, you know, every now and again I'll look on Marketplace and I'll see a Caiman. I'm like, oh man, that's really nice. Now here's the thing, like, I don't need a live well, and those Caimans, they come automatic with a live well. So you can't get them unless you get them specially made. They come with that live well. So if you go fishing, you can throw the fish in the live well, and then, you know, you get home, you can take them out of the live well. I don't use the live well, so I would rather have the space. So I saw this boat on Marketplace, and it had no live well, and I was like, oh man, that might be my boat. But I had spent so much money this year on car repairs. Between my car and my truck, all the repairs cost me about $15,000. And, you know, I don't make a lot of money at all. So the money I had to put out this year was like ridiculous. So when I saw that boat, I was like, oh, now I finally found the perfect boat. And this one was a two-man boat. And I've been eyeing up a two-man boat because I really want to take my mom out. This is a larger boat but I think I can handle that now. And I really want to be able to take people out on the boat. So I saw it was a 2-man boat. I was like, oh my goodness. Okay, well, let's go check it out. So I checked it out. I went over and I checked it out. I didn't think I was going to buy it. I was like, ugh. But I went over. The guy that was selling it was truly the nicest man I've ever met. And he said, well, what do you think? What do you think? And I was like, will you take payments? And he said, yeah, I'll take payments. So I was like, oh my God, you know? So, you know, I give him a deposit, and, you know, he and his wife are just lovely people. Gave him a deposit, and then, of course, I had to buy a trailer because my trailer's not big enough to handle that monstrosity. That's a big boat for me. And so I found this kind of, I couldn't find any trailers that were not overpriced in South Carolina. So I looked in North Carolina, and I found a trailer from a real nice guy, and I bought that trailer, but it needed some things. It was solid. It was good foundation, solid, but it needed, like, it had some rust on it, and it had some old rollers on it, but it was good foundation. It was a little bit more than I needed for the boat, but I was like, I'd rather have more than less. So I picked up the trailer, brought it back, and I sent the guy that I've been paying payments to. I sent him, I said, I got the trailer now, so I'm gonna have a couple more payments, and then, you know, I can get the boat, you know. He said, well, you know, I got some rollers over here, and he said, if you want, you know, you can have the rollers, and you can. I was like, well, he said, why don't you bring it over and we'll work on it. Well, I towed the trailer over to his house, and we worked on it for probably a solid 6 hours. He customized that trailer to fit the boat. He took rollers off of his own creation and made a perfect trailer to accommodate that boat. I mean, the rollers alone, it's just amazing the work he did. And then, you know, he gave me some tips on how to take some of the rust off of the trailer, and, you know, I was really grateful. But it was ready. It was ready. We put the boat on the trailer, and it fit like a glove, like it had been made for it. Well, it was made for it, you know. So anyway, so I said, well, look, I said, I've got one more payment, and I'm gonna leave the trailer here because there's no sense in me towing it back home. I said, next time I come, I'll take the boat, you know. But he was nice. He was like, you know, you could take the boat today. I was like, no, I don't feel right about that, you know. I'll pay you, and then I'll take the boat, because that didn't feel right. So, so I went to pick up the boat today, and when I pulled up, the trailer, he had gotten all of the rust off of the springs, all of the rust pretty much off the trailer. He ground down some of the axle to get the rust off, and then he spray painted it. And then he put some secure thing down, and he said, it's something to secure the boat to the trailer. So he's got this little tie down thing that has a little piece of wood on it that spins around and tightens it, kind of cinches it down. And because he said, you know, I figured you probably weren't going to want to carry a wrench around or anything like that, so it's a little piece of wood. I don't know how long it's going to last. I was like, oh my God, the trailer looks fantastic. I can't. I said, Rick, man, this is crazy. Like, he just did such a nice job, and I'm so grateful. I'm just so grateful. The boat is perfect. The trailer is perfect. I just can't believe it. I mean, I you know, Rick and his wife, Pat, they were so lovely. I sat down, had about a 45-minute conversation with them, and they are just two of the loveliest people that I think, you know, that I've met down here. They're just wonderful. And what a generous spirit, just with such a generous spirit, and really, really grateful. So anyway, I have a new boat. It's probably the last boat I will buy, but it is beauty, and it's better than I could ever imagine. Way better than I could ever imagine. So I'm really happy about it.